Okay, my presentation's on Billy Graham, which he's also known as America's pastor. Billy Graham is a respected man all around the world. He's preached in 200 countries, or they estimate it's 200 countries all around the world. He was born on November 7th, 1918, and he was born in Charlotte, North Carolina. And when he was 16, he was at a revival, and there was this guy there, and he was preaching about sin. And as just a little teenager, this inspired him to want to preach the gospel as well. And from there, he went to 3 different colleges. He went to Bob Jones College, he went to Florida Bible Institute, and he also went to Wheaton College, which is where he would eventually meet his future wife. And on the left, there's a picture of his wife in the middle, and then his 5 kids that he's had. And that's what he looked like when he was a little younger than he is now. And together they had 5 children, and they had 19 grandchildren, or 18 grandchildren. But in 2007, his wife Ruth died, and I believe it was like a spinal issue, had something to do with her spine. And in this picture, this is a picture where he preached in South Korea, where there was 1.1 million people in attendance, which is one of the top, or is one of the most attended revivals or crusades that he's ever held. And like I mentioned before, he's preached over 200 million people, but that's not counting the TVs, or that's not counting people over television, that's not counting people over the radio stations and books that he's written. He's been an advisor for presidents from Truman all the way to, I think it was George Bush's dad, I believe. And in 2010, he met Barack Obama and also Mitt Romney, and they went to his house to visit him there. And also, well, that was weird. He was great friends with Martin Luther King during the Civil Rights Movement. And here's a quote that Martin Luther King said about Billy Graham. He said, "Had it not been for the ministry of my good friend, Dr. Billy Graham, and my work in the civil rights movement would have not been successful as it has been." So Billy Graham influenced Martin Luther King in his civil rights movement. Of course, you know about the "I Had a Dream" speech. And also, Billy Graham during this time, he was one of the few people that was preaching against prejudiced people. And from there, Billy Graham began to get more popular all around the world. Graham is currently 96 years old. He's still alive. There's a lot of stuff on television, or not on television, but on the internet where it says that he's dead already. But he's not dead. He's still 96. But he retired a little while ago, and his son Franklin Graham is running his ministry that he started in 1950. But here's a picture of him in his 96th birthday. They had a big birthday party for him. And on the left, you see his house that he stayed in since he was a little kid. He stayed in the same house. So he's one of them preachers that doesn't use his money that he gets for himself. He uses it to help the ministry. And on the right, in the same picture on the left, is a library that he built that people come and visit, and he still goes there sometimes, but he's still kicking. And that's my presentation.
Okay, thank you. Time?